Those who know me, hello. If not, my name is Taras Kalinchenko, and I'm customer support team leader at FieldBee. Today is your host for the webinar of PowerSteer for harvesters. And I would make the light on next topics for the value and benefits for PowerSteer on harvesters. What are the level of accuracy we achieve and we expect? What are the main benefits overall for the during the field operations installations? How it's different comparing to the tractor installation? What are the necessary steps and equipment needed for calibration steps? What are they and how to execute it? And yeah, question and answers. Hopefully they will be no any after the slides, but if there will be, it would be great to discuss them. So coming to the main benefits and values that PowerSteer gives during the harvesting operation. So accuracy that is up to 2.5 centimeters with reducing crops loss due to the errors in the steering, minimizing overlapping and gaps, optimal roads, allowing skipping several passes for saving time during the turns and even using several harvesters on the same field. So possibly to cover the field faster. Easy to install and switch between the combines and tractors because mostly hardware and software is the same. Just needed to take some additional components to make it faster and configured and to switch between vehicles. Reducing operators fatigue, so operator can stay focused during and after the long harvesting sessions. And time, of course, time savings. So working more efficiently under lower visibility or extending work hours. Also, operator can quickly respond to optimal harvesting window and even impending weather changes. Let's unbox our PowerSteer for harvesters together, and pretty similar and familiar for you main components of the system. And let's see what is similar and can be used out of the box, even from the tractors system, and what is the difference. So point number one, we have power wheel that replace original steering wheel because we are providing also power steer motor. That is number two. And it should be fitted together to the motor and steering. So these are the same components. Number three, this is a wheel adapter. This is small but very important component in terms of installation to make motor installed and operating the column and vehicle. Number four, we have a steering controller that installs on the roof and has features of receiver of GNSS signal and controller of the steering system. Number five, it is a plastic plate that's fixed on the roof, and it is a plate for controller to be fixed and used as the receiver and control in the steering system. And number six, this is the main harness, and it's not way it just mentioned here as a bold because main harness for harvesters is different from the main harness for tractors, and it difference is the length to the PowerSteer controller, just simply because harvesters have bigger dimensions and the distance to controller is bigger. That's why connector to controller is longer. That would be needed to install for exactly harvesters and combines. Rest of components such as anti-rotation kits. They are both in the kit for the installation. So two universal anti-rotation kits as a LU shape and double metal bracket with the double pins. And FieldBee tablet and dock station with a tablet holder. So these components are the same. And let's go to the next slide where we see how to set up the system and main steps. So with the replacing steering wheel, with the power wheel, installing anti-rotation bracket with the motor, fixing it motionless, then installing steering controller on the roof of combine, installing tablet with the dock station, fixing it, inserting SIM card to the tablet, activating the hotspot, sharing the data, activating, connecting controller, and calibrating the systems. So these are absolutely the same steps we are doing for installing the system on the tractor. But during the calibration and creating vehicle profile, there are slightly new views in the navigation app, and there are dedicated slides next will be presented. So once again, as a reminder for overall system features, plus minus 2 centimeter accuracy with reception of RTK correctional signal. Controller is dual channel GNSS receiver that receives satellite signal from main constellations such as GNSS, GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, and Beidou. Also, inside the controller, there is a tilt sensor that allows to compensate working on the terrain and provide actually centimeter level accuracy, allowing work with multiple patterns during the navigation, headland, curve, straight, and saving everything in the navigation app on the tablet. As a reminder for importance of steering wheel shaft adapter, still needs to check the measurement of the column, as we see during the test installations and already installing the system. So they are quite similar to the tractors, and just need to be sure what exactly measurement of certain model which we are installing to has vehicle to make installation possible of the system. As you can see on the next slides for PowerSteer controller installation place, so we have front part of the roof of the harvester. That's the reason why main harness for harvester has extended part, as the length is bigger. Switching between the vehicles and harnesses, combines, and tractors. So what are the different and same components? So steering controller, it might be the same. Power motor we also can switch between with the steering wheel. And important to have pre-arranged anti-rotation kit per vehicle, as dashboard might be different distance and place for fixing on one vehicle can vary from second one. And component that important to double check and pre-arrange before switching. This is a plastic plate for controller already installed and fixed. Harness to make it nicely fit under the carpet, and metal parts to be hidden, and just connectors available for motor, for controller and tablet as well. And double check the size and measurements for steering column. Steering column for adapter, and this is for one during the first installation, and for the second vehicle that will be used for as a switch, pre-arrange and do when it is ready for the installation. Connectivity and internet source in the cab. PowerSteer controller has Wi-Fi interface for communication. That's why in order to get settings and configuration availability to work, needs to activate a hotspot from FieldBee tablet with internet data, and system controller will be automatically connected. For not using another device, important to have a Wi-Fi network hotspot with a 2.4 gigahertz frequency, And here you can see default settings for Wi-Fi for controller with the hotspot name and its password. With general recommendations, amount of data and provider. So in your region, you know better what is the better signal and coverage, which provider provides it, and the amount of data. RTK signal by itself is not so much data consuming, but when farmer is relying on the system and it's steering straight, it helps during the field operation. Farmer starts relaxing and using some content by listening music, watching videos, and this is a place where we see consuming of internet. And just to be secured with enough amount data for RTK, needs to have it even ready for such activities from operator side. With the common steps as a reminder what need to be done before, so downloading or updating FieldBee Navigation App, registering with a local entry provider or using the base station to get the RTK signal, prepare the needed instruments that just simple set for the caliper measuring the column, a 3-arm puller to get the original steering wheel, and the basic set of tools, flat fields for testing, and SIM card with the data. Next set will be including a screenshot from the FieldBee Navigation app with the connectivity and preparing profile for actually work in the system. So in My Equipment tab, there will be a set of connectivities, and anyway, still we will need to select PowerSteer, AutoSteer to get the connection to controller, with the main steps that are the same. 4 steps for checking the internet connection, steering controller search, power wheel detection, and RTK setup step. Here we see a screenshot, first one with the internet connectivity, where we select which device we're using to share in the hotspot, either tablet or just a phone. In some cases, it might be even portable router inside the tractor cab. The next step, searching of the steering controller, where we can find the serial number of controller. It is written on the label underneath the controller. After finding the controller, we check in the communication with the motor. And the 4th step, this is RTK setup. RTK setup allows creating and connecting to Ntrip network, local Ntrip network, or a connectivity to FieldBee base stations. In order to use with calibration and 2 centimeter accuracy, important to have RTK correction. That's possible to get either from local Ntrip network or from FieldBee base station. After connectivity, passing successfully all 4 steps, you will get the confirmation of the system is connected, and now we are ready to proceed with measurement, calibration, and test drive. But before I come into those measurements, we'll just briefly set a few words about the RTK FieldBee base station, that it allows to get RTK correction, 2 centimeter accuracy via radio mode, up to 2.5 kilometers in the straight line of sign, without any connectivity to internet at all, or on the distance 20 plus kilometers via internet, when the base station is installed on the farm at home, connected to the internet, receiving the satellites, and the tractor is 20 kilometers away on the field, up to 20 kilometers. And allowing multiple receivers connectivity to one base station at the same time. Here you can see just a diagram of connectivity and installation. So as you can see, FieldBee base station is installed on the roof, has a satellite signal reception, has a power supply connectivity, and connection to home Wi-Fi. Ready in this configuration to provide correction to the cloud when tractor and controller harvester is ready to get RTK correction in the field up to 20 centimeters. And harvester and tractors ready to get the signal from FieldBee base station. Next one site is a vehicle profile measurement and creation. So in FieldBee Navigation App, you will start. You will be have opportunity to select which vehicle type you're gonna create vehicle profile for. And for now, we are today interested about the harvesters. So there will be a selection for combined harvester with the next measurement that was same for the tractor. So it is a wheelbase, distance between front and rear axle. It is centers of front wheels. In tractor, it was a center of rear axle wheels, just because it is different type of the different point of pivot. And that's the reason why we are measuring for harvesters distance between centers of front wheels. And wheel angle measurement for combine, we are measuring the angle for rear wheel and its turning. So for one wheel, we are measuring full left and full right turn, splitting by 2 and getting the final value that allows motor to know what is the maximum capability of current vehicle. After creating it, measuring, we have vehicle profile prepared. After that, we have PowerSteer profile that refers to controller. And the next measurements are gonna be controller height, position of controller from the middle, like line between black and yellow part to the ground is gonna be height. And reminder that on each step we have description, what is it, how we need to measure, and what are the limits for the minimum and maximum value. The next one, this is a offset. Reminder and suggestion to try fix it in the middle, just simply as it is to set it and reduce errors or minor mistakes in measurements that will definitely impact on the calibration and overall steering performance. After, that's why there is a dedicated button in the middle. If it is not possible in any case, yeah, just install on the side and select how much it is with the offset. Front offset of a controller, we are measuring from front axle, and there is a limit that should be at least 80 centimeters from the front axle to controller position. After measuring it and saving to the system, we have a full profile with the system ready to be calibrated. For the calibration, of combines, we have two same steps for calibration as it was for mechanical front wheel drive. This is tilt calibration, turn angle calibration, and the third one, now we have additional step that is must have for harvesters. So let's start one by one, and we'll see how it is right now for harvesters with these steps. First one, this is a tilt compensation calibration. And there is absolutely the same steps that needs to be done. Mark front axle and rear axle for the wheels, mark this position and start first step. System will count down the process of setting angle. Not all roofs are perfectly flat, and even if there is angle of tilt during the installation, this is exactly the steps will eliminate it and set installation tilt level as 0. So after starting the initial countdown and confirming it, we need to make combine turn around and set exactly the same spot, but opposite direction. So This marks that on the first step were for front wheels. Now there will be a rear axle set. So once we turned around for 180 degrees, we are ready to set a second countdown to see them save it. And the system will calculate the opposite uh, values for its tilt. Once it is saved, we are ready to, first of all, we will see that it is confirmed and displayed in the system and is calibrated, and turn angle calibration is our next step. We need to make on park combine on the flat surface. The next step, we need to make fully left turn, holding the steering wheel confirm this step, and we will know what is the left limit for motor for turning left. Then do it symmetrically on the right side, and with the same holding, pushing to the maximum turn, holding the steering wheel, and save it. After this turn, system will show that it is calibrated and motor turn angle calibration is saved. And next step, this is advanced turn angle calibration. When system calculates its potential in inequality of turning left and turning right during the operation. So it will help to reduce long entering the line or unsymmetrical entering from the left side and from the right side to the line. Consists of next step when we need area approximately 12 per 70 meters, and there will be a set of 3 turns right and 3 turns left. Figure the sign that the system will follow. It is similar to a shape, a digit shape, when it will follow the left turn and then right turn and then left turn, and it will be set of 3 turns left and right. After that, controller in pair with the motor will know the capabilities of current vehicle, and it will be stored in the system. After calibration is saved, you will see that 3 steps of calibration are successfully done, and we are ready for the test drive. Test drive, also similar to the same we had for tractor. I would suggest to create field boundaries, then create AB line, and make system start steering. And then you will see if it is straight or we need to adjust the line acquisition or some other things. Depends of how wobbly it will be after initial activation. If system will provide you straight line, that also happens after calibration, don't worry. It depends, then you're welcome to check with the different speed. Actually, to start with the operational speed that harvester will do the operations. For a reference for the switch kit and where to find profile once it is already saved, in record keeping, in vehicle tab, you'll see the list of different vehicles. And for certain vehicle, there will be PowerSteer profile. So once, for example, you switched from one to another tractor or combine, you simply open the this flow, go into PowerSteer profile, select that you need, and tap Save. Controller will take it from the memory and be ready to drive to the field. From hardware part, these are the main difference and similarities for the system. And now we take a part for the software components. So those flow for creating harvester vehicle profile measurements and calibration would be ready for you once you update the FieldBee Navigation App to 10.5 and in your version. A reminder that each system requires the account to have it stored with the field map. But to have with the harvester, reminder 10.5 and newer. For controller with the firmware, you know that there is a FieldBee Toolbox application that you can find on the Play Store, same as a FieldBee Navigation App, free for installation. In the FieldBee Toolbox application, you will need to have 2.3.6 and newer version. In the toolbox, after connecting to a controller in Update tab, you will see the list of first one current version and list of the version that you have for updating. So 2.3.6 and newer will allow you to start working with the harvester and calibration for the harvest. Few words about FieldBee Navigation application. Its functionalities for possible static connecting to controller, having the field map, using it, creating lines, saving tasks, and the all progress relates to the field operation. With the tablet as a main device for navigation, this is Android device that you can use for FieldBee tablet. This is already pre-configured device with important updates and configuration. Also, if you have Android device, you can try your own. For navigation, it's possible to have it with the tablet and smartphone. For the web application, it is mostly for planning, uploading field map in a dedicated format that will be displayed during the field navigation. For getting extended functionality with the patterns, continuation of the tracks, U-turn, and so on, it is important to have active subscription. With purchasing PowerSteer first year is free charge, and then after activating the code, you will have functionality that allows you to navigate, select patterns, switch between them, create and export data. And here you can see a few screenshots about already created field lines, headlands as well, and data with the U-turns and active steering button for the navigation. And finally, after installation, calibration, creating vehicle profile, now you can see a few videos of in-cab view for working of the PowerSteer on the harvester, how it is actually performing, how it is working, and how it is harvesting already during this season. Yeah. So on the top left, you can see a slight movements of the motor that's following the line. Here is just for checking how it is, and for the corn, yeah, with the nice straight row for harvesting it. PowerSteer in action video. Yeah, here we see New Holland installation and already harvesting view from outside, and then in cab as well. As you could see on the video on the part for this, when there was a manual driving, for how many time operator should turns in different directions in order to make harvester, yep, right now, to keep in the line with the both sides with the projection, but with the power steer, operator doesn't need to do so, and system motor itself steering and keeping the tractor and harvester on the line. After, yeah, and small tech part with the graph for accuracy. So here is just a minute. Cross-track error for coloring. So with it was one of the first drives during the harvesting, and during that session it was 89 hectares of harvesting with accuracy 2.5 centimeters in 95%, with the working with the 4 kilometers per hour on the field. For the harvesters and power steer today, that's it. Just reminder about our channels for communication that you can use. It is either email dealer.support@fieldbee.com and our WhatsApp online chat. So this QR code is just for quicker opening WhatsApp and dropping us a message if any questions. All these contacts, links, videos as well will be shared with you after this webinar finished, for those who couldn't attend and actually took part in it. So yeah, thank you very much for attention and your time. And now we have time